Welcome to our first chapter here of Anatomy and Physiology. So this is chapter 1. We're going to be using these videos to explain some of the key concepts from the reading. Again, we're not going to use the videos to cover everything. They're going to be short snippets. So make sure that you do all of the reading and you do those guided reading questions to help you know what you need to know. So speaking of what you need to know the learning objectives. Here are the learning objectives for the first chapter. You gotta be able to define anatomy and physiology, explain how they are related to each other. You have to name the levels of biological structural organization and identify organ systems, and then talk about what it means to be alive, what humans need to survive, the importance of negative feedback loops, and then how we maintain homeostasis, what that key term homeostasis means. You also have to be able to describe the body in anatomical position and use proper terminology. So science is like learning a language, and we're going to introduce a lot of vocab, especially in this early chapter. And finally, you have to identify the major cavities of the body. So to break that down, we're going to talk about structure, we're going to talk about organ system, talk about what it means to be alive, homeostasis, and we'll end with that super fun vocabulary lesson. So this first video is going to answer the question, what is anatomy and physiology? So anatomy is the study of the structure of the body and its parts. And it can be gross anatomy, this is the anatomy that you can see with your eye, or it can be microscopic anatomy, where you use a microscope to zoom in. Physiology, on the other hand, is the study of how the body and its parts functions, what it does. So I want you to pause this video if you're watching it and try to think of some examples of the relationship between anatomy and physiology, of the relationship between structure and function, because it's one of the overarching themes of this course. Paused it? Okay, let's play it back. So anatomy, structure, physiology, function. You can think of this in simple terms. It doesn't even have to be with the body, like a wheel. So the shape of a wheel is round. That's the structure. The function is to roll. Its round shape allows it to roll. You can also think of it like an oven. I've been doing a lot of baking during quarantine, so I automatically think of ovens. The shape of an oven, metal box, it's got coils in it, right, to help release heat, and it maybe has a little fan to help move that heat around the oven so that things cook properly. That's a structure. The box, the coils, the thermometer, the fan. The function is to cook your food, and how they relate, again, that structure relates to the function. The coils help heat to cook the food. The fan moves the air around to help cook the food. The thermometer will tell you when you're at the right temperature. So in our everyday life, structure relates to function. The same is true for the body. So things like our eyelashes are structured to help brush away and keep particles out. That would be the function, right? Shape relating to function. Our heart has different compartments in it that help move blood so that blood doesn't go backwards. We'll keep moving oxygenated blood out to the body and deoxygenated blood to the lungs. Structure to function. So I want you, at the end of this video, to try to write down some examples that you can think of structure to function. And then as we move through the course, pay attention to this overarching theme and think about it through the lens of anatomy and physiology.